Section 5.2 is dealing with proportions. And proportions are going to compare two equal ratios to see if they're the same. A couple of ways we can do these. We can look to see what they've done to either the top or the bottom, you get to pick, and compare it. So what do they do to 5 to get to 20? Well, they times it by 4. Well, if you do that to the top, 2 times 4 is 8. So these are indeed equal proportions. So this would be a true statement. Another way to do that is to cross multiply. So notice the way my pen's going here. So I would multiply up. So 20 times 2 would be 40. And then I would also multiply up. 5 times 8 is 40. And if these two numbers are the same, then it would also be true. And if they're not the same, then it would be false. So two different ways to do it. We can compare either the top or the bottom, or we would cross multiply. Both of those methods are in the book. Number 5, same type of deal. What do they do to 10 to get 20? They times it by 2, do it to the bottom, do it to the top. 2 times 4 is 8. Oh, that's not 5. So let's double check this using the other method. So 20 times 4 is 80. 10 times 5 is 50. They are not the same. So this would be false. They are not equal proportions. Another way to do this, well, look at here, 27 into 45. Well, that doesn't go very well. So this is where one of those ones where we would just simply use our cross multiplication. Now as the numbers get bigger, we may just want to use our calculator, which is perfectly acceptable here. So we're going to take 45 times 30. So we're going to get 1350. And then we're going to multiply, say, so we cross this way. We're going to cross this way. So 27 times 60. 1620. Oh, not the same. Therefore, this is not an equal proportion, and we would write false. Well, let's say we have a missing variable. So now we have to solve for D. We have to figure that what that variable is. So my old friend here is what I call cross multiply and divide. It's kind of an offshoot of this type of method, but it's slightly different. Notice here when we're looking at this problem, we have 3 numbers. We have, if we drew this kind of X here, we notice we have 2 that lined up, and then we have this, what I call the odd guy out. Okay, he doesn't have a partner, he has a variable. So the ones that have 2 numbers, wherever they are on the problem, we're going to multiply those. So we're going to have 5 times 32, and we're going to hit equals. So we're going to cross multiply the 2 we have, and we're going to divide by the odd guy out. And our answer is 20. So it's cross multiply and divide by the odd guy out. So let's do it down here. Here, same method. Notice we have our, can make kind of our X here. These are the 2 that line up with both numbers. So those are the 2 that we're going to multiply. So 7 times 39 equals 273, and we're going to divide by the odd guy out, this one there's by himself, so we're going to divide by 13, and we get 21. All proportions, even with percents, we're going to do in another section, can work with cross multiply and divide, one of my favorite little formulas to teach students. So let's continue this, doing some additional problems here. Let's do one using decimals. So let's look at problem number 35. I have 1.5 over D is equal to 0.03 over 2. Okay? Doesn't matter if they're decimals or not, we can still cross multiply or divide. So which 2 are we going to multiply? Correct. We're going to multiply the 2 that both have whole numbers. This pair on the line has a number and its pair is a variable. So those are the ones that get division. So the 2 that are the same, both have numbers, doesn't matter if they're decimals or fractions or whatever, those are the 2 we're multiplying. So 2 times 1.5 equals 3, divided by the odd guy out, so we're going to divide by 0.3, and D is going to be equal to 100. Okay, pretty slick. Just cross multiply and divide. Let's do one more of those. Let's do 41. 9 over 1.8 is equal to W over 0.15. Okay, we're going to cross multiply these two because those are the ones that line up. So 9 times 0.15 equals, divide by, odd guy out, 1.8, and we get 0.75. Okay. What if we have fractions? Okay, what if we have fractions in our problem? Well, rules don't change. So let's look at problem number 44. I have S is equal to 30 is equal to 2/3 over 5. Okay, now let's do this one a little bit longhand. We could do it on a calculator, but I want to show you how to do it longhand. So I'm going to scoot over here to get a little bit more paper here. So we're going to cross multiply these two. So we're going to have 30 times 2/3. So remember, cross multiply. So when we're doing these, whole numbers go over 1, correct? So how many 3's in 30? 1. 3's in 3. Excuse me, 10. 3's in 3, 1. So now I have 2 times 10 is 20 over 1, or just 20. So my first step was to cross multiply. Now I'm going to divide, correct? So I cross multiplied, even with a fraction, not a problem. Divide by the odd guy out, and my answer is 4. So it really doesn't matter if you have fractions or whole numbers, the same method is going to work. Cross multiply or divide. Now sometimes they're going to have you round the answer. So because the numbers don't have to always come out even. So like on problem number 47, we have y over 5, excuse me, I just dropped a line here. 47 is 3 over 11 is equal to w over 5. This is problem number 47. So we're going to cross multiply. So 3 times 5 is 15, and we're going to divide by 11. Well, that's going to be kind of messy, so let's do it on our calculator. So 15 divided by 11 is equal to, yep, we knew it was going to be 1.36 bar, 3636, and so on, right? But they save us a little bit because they say to round to the nearest tenth. So the tenth, remember, is going to be one spot behind the decimal. So we're going to round 36 if we take this one and the one behind it. So 36 is going to round to 40. Everything in front stays the same. Everything behind goes to zeros. And again, we don't have to write the zeros. So our answer then for W becomes 1.4. So you can combine a couple of the skills. We can do our cross multiply and division, and then our rounding. We know how to do all of those. We've done them before. They're just combining them. So you're going to see that on some of your homework problems. Have fun.